Daylight saving is here, and here to help you with some tips on your commute is Dothan Police Department's Lieutenant Scott Owens. We know that the time changes here, of course. Everybody's still trying to get used to it. Even I have to get used to it. So what are you all seeing with this change?
Well, we do see the amount of crashes in the afternoon increase during this time, and part of that has to do with it's darker outside. A lot of people like to depend on their automatic lights. They may not come on. They may not be checking them. They like to drive with running lights, and when you do that, your rear tail lights don't come on. So we see a lot of those issues with adjusting to this time period around this time of the year.
Yeah, and speaking of pedestrians, you have people crossing the road. What can you say when it comes to them and drivers really being alert during this change?
Well, I say that the responsibility is for both parties. For pedestrians, you always want to make sure that you're not getting out in front of a vehicle when it's coming at you. It's hard to gauge how fast a vehicle is coming at you, and you just don't want to take that chance. So you want the roads to be completely clear. And on the flip side of that, you also want the cars to make sure that they're watching left, right, forward, and even behind to an extent, to make sure that everything is clear and there's nobody walking out in front of or on the side of the road to the point where they might get hit.
Right. And any other tips when you have, let's just say like earlier in the morning, when you have your officers probably might be out a little earlier or might be out a little later. How can we help keep you all safe as well?
Well, you always want to make sure that you're watching for stopped emergency vehicles. We stop for crashes. We may be doing traffic stops, whatever the case may be. But we want our officers to be safe when they're on the side of the road, and sometimes there is no good spot to stop. A lot of people don't understand that we don't really control where the person stops. We do to an extent, but when we turn on the lights, if they stop in the roadway or just off and they don't give us enough space, we have to work with what we have to work with until we can get them moved out of the way. So always watch for emergency vehicles. Try to get over in the opposite lane if you can. If you can't get over, let's say the other lane is occupied, just reduce your speed all the way down to where if something happens, you're able to stop real quick, and that really protects us out there.
Lieutenant Scott Owens, do you have anything else left to say?
Have a happy fall, and it's almost the holidays.
Hey, it is, and we are happy about that. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back after this.